Welcome back everybody here on JustDaZack. What's my mission? To show you guys a hopefully interesting video game almost every day. This time we are going to have a look at Driving for Light Survival, which is a wave-based action roguelike. I think it's also fair to say it's maybe like a Brotato-like, given the popularity of Brotato. So we are supposed to survive 20 short waves of ever harder and increasingly, well, more dangerous becoming waves, while we also between these waves level up and hopefully, you know, outvalue and outskill our opponents, the monsters that are out there to get us. This game actually caught my interest because I managed to download this game like, I don't know, 6 months ago or something in that between, and almost every day since then this demo wanted to be updated, which told me, okay, the developers are apparently very active on this game. So I reached out and managed to receive a key. So full transparency there. We are not going to have a look, but the official early access release link is as always down in the description. And as you can tell here, there's even like Twitch integration. I think this game also has YouTube integration somehow. There is like public leaks, there's Discord, you have the available to report bugs, which I always like to see in early access games. So the developers really seem to be out there to create an active community, and I like when developers are very much engaged and active for the games. So options menu, by the way, for this type of game, very cool and big, and well, big options menu. It's the size that matters after all. No, I really like the amount of things that you can choose here. Highlighted enemy, a very first iteration of story voice acting. What? At highlighted enemies? What does that mean? I'm actually gonna make a check mark here. Sure, why not? Let's go with this. Back, that should be activated, right? Cool. So I also managed to play 3 rounds so far, so I managed to unlock a few melee weapons, well, 1 ranged weapons and a few skills. Well, what does that actually mean? Well, first off, we're going to choose a character before we start. We start with 2 kinds of unknown wanderers. This guy who deals more melee damage but less projectile damage, and this beautiful elf, I don't know, that deals less melee damage but more projectile damage. And then if we defeat certain bosses, like with a Dark Wanderer, we gotta defeat the wave of 20 on difficulty tier 3. Then we manage to unlock the Farmer, which has a chicken head herd ability. Starts with 3 permanent chicken companions. Okay, that sounds actually very fun. We gotta try that eventually. Then I'm going to choose a ranged weapons. Right now I have well, we start off with the light stuff. I managed to unlock the throwing axe, and I want to find out how that goes. And as you can see, there's quite a few more. And we can also choose a melee weapon, because you start off with each 1 melee weapon and 1 ranged weapons. On your run, I think I want to go with this bleeding star, which is already selected. When you start off, you have the short sword. Last time I tried the flail, which was very much fun. There's also, for example, this magic shield, which has a special effect of 20% chance on attack to create a protective border. It scales with AoE size, area of effect size, which is nice. I'm gonna go with this bleeding star, because this causes bleeding on enemy hits, because I am already aiming towards more of a projectile-based run. I don't want to go too much with the melee. That's also why I selected this character, which deals more projectile damage and less melee damage. But maybe we get some skills that give us more, like, manages to deal bleeding damage. So maybe we can make the bleeding star work with that build. That's kind of my idea, I don't know. So what does this mean? Choose your skills. Well, between our runs, we level up. Well, we level up during our runs, but between the runs we use our skill points to get increasingly stronger. And we do that on a very cool looking and very sizable skill tree. And it seems so far, I only played 3 rounds so far, that this skill tree, that ever-growing skill tree, is made up essentially by these 12 skills here we are choosing right now, or we don't choose any, and then 12 additional random skills will be added to the skill spawn pool. The skill spawn pool. Selected skills are added to the skill spawn pool. You can select as many skills as you wish. If less than 12 skills are selected, random skills will be used to fill up the skill spawn pool. I now said like 5 times skill spawn pool, and I think I said it wrong every single time. So I already know the blue ones are projectile based, the green ones are melee based, and you also can get like wolf companions or like a ravaging companion, which is freaking cool. What is this, by the way? Collect range. Okay, that's why this is neutral. So we want to have all these blue ones because they are all associated with range projectiles. And again, this is a dodge, sure. Cycling might, melee. Again, I don't want to go too much with melee, dodge, sure. And 2 more. Collecting range, I don't think. Let's go with companion, sure. Again, I'm going to try to completely neglect melee attack in this run. Let's see how that goes. And there we go. We can right now choose only 2 maps, because that's what I unlocked. The basement, I managed to defeat it on map tier difficulty 1, which has normal enemy spawn rate, normal enemy HP, and no traps. And tier 2 has a few traps, more enemy HP, and more enemies to spawn as well. Or I could choose the forest. Deep in the thicket, corrupted are lurking, awaiting your arrival. Okay, And as you can... Wow, there's actually a surprising amount for this type of game of maps, and I very much like this. This kind of looks cool, I don't know, like a throwing star. Aodra Arena, where many bowed down to the Aodra. Sure, why not? But I think, yeah, sure, let's go with the forest. Let's start here and let's see where this goes. And there we go. This is the gameplay. WSD to move, mouse wheel to zoom in. I don't know why you want to do this, but sure. Space to dodge. Also has invincibility frames, which is nice. And tap to toggle the map if you want to have that in the middle for reasons unknown to me. But the option's there, and I'm always a big fan of options. And as you can see, we have already survived the first wave, essentially. While I explained this, we're gonna get into that in detail. Wave 1 out of 20 survived, and all the different, every enemy that we defeat drops a light fragment. But if we don't manage to drop all, to collect all these light fragments at the end of the run, that isn't fair, that is fine. These light fragments are XP, so they are important, but the ones we don't collect, well, will be collected here. And for every 10 we have collected, or not collected, and will be collected in this after run, we are going to spawn, or we get the chance to spawn an elite enemy. And we need to defeat that elite enemy to finally get these, well, not collected XP, so to speak. I hope that made sense to you guys. And there we go. This is essentially the cool mechanic that this game wants to be known as, or that this game wants to differentiate itself from others of its genre. It's a very cool skill tree where you can select your pathways, your skill patterns on this, well, skill tree, and make yourself stronger or weaker. Oh, also there's double hit. You deal an additional melee hit. Wait, I didn't choose this, so I guess there's still a random choice what appears to you on this skill tree. Ah, dang it. But yeah, you can see double hit, you deal an additional melee hit when you hit enemies. That's nice. I wanted this bleeding swill, your range attacks cast a thrilling blade. So this allows for quite a variety of interesting, cool builds. And I very much like this. Yeah, this is what I want, bleeding swill. So every time your range attacks cast a thrilling blade, which is circling around you, applying a bleeding condition to all hit enemies. Bleeding deals 10 damage each 2 seconds, lasting for a total duration of 6 seconds. So this is skill type range. Nice skill effect on attack applies bleeding to enemies, which we just set. Condition damage 20. Unfortunately, this is going to set down our attack speed by 10%. But, well, it should still be stronger overall. You can also, if you don't want this, or if you only take this because, for example, I want to have exactly this skill point here, so I just have to take this, we can also deactivate them. Well, apparently I can't do this right now, but technically you can. Oh yeah, you can. There we go, with the right click. And condition damage, I think it's on now? Should be on now. We're going to select this, because why not? Yeah, this is selected now. Attack speed 15%. So overall, with this level up, we gained, well, at least 5% more attack speed and this bleeding swill ability, which is pretty cool. So now we're going to throw our axes. Again, these are very slow, and get all these bleeding stacks here. And our bleeding star is also like almost like a range attack. Does that count, by the way? I wonder if this counts as a range attack, given the amount of stacks we have. But it's, well, officially a melee weapon. Regardless, it deals bleeding as well. Maybe that's just the bleeding thing here. I'm fine with that. So far we're doing fine. Survive this. But trust me, this is just the second wave. It's gonna get more and more dangerous. So I want to have more bleeding swirls. We're gonna take this, more attack speed, this. And as you can tell, every time I essentially unlock and activate a node, this skill tree is going to grow and grow. What is this, by the way? Burning projectiles. So projectiles burn the ground and enemy hit. That is pretty nice. So can't select it now. So whatever, I'm gonna take this. Wow. We have so much attack speed in our vicinity, which is pretty nice. On my last run, I had a lot of powerful buffs and extra damage and more projectiles, but my attack speed was very slow. So every time I shot, there was like 10 projectiles like all around me or so, or maybe even more. But it felt like it took like 2 seconds when I shot, and they dealt a lot of damage. Looks like we're gonna take a somewhat different route this time, but I think that's pretty cool given the amount of attack speed. And every time we hit, we also get bleeding going on. That might be nice. There we go. Now we have, or we had 13 uncollected but stashed light fragments, and now we have an elite enemy in our spawn pool who might appear in the next round. A little bit stronger, of course, but if we defeat him, we finally get all these essentially stack of 10 XP, which is pretty nice. Yeah, let's get this. Burning projectiles. Projectiles burn the ground on enemy hit. Area skulls with AoE. That's attack speed, but that's fine. I like the burning. And this is bursting shot. Your projectile hits cause enemies to explode. Yeah, I like explosions. Only 2 skill points, but that's fine. So we have bleeding, we have fire, we have explosions going on. Pretty nice. Okay, these spiders are fine. Even though if I get hit anything in this game, it's usually by these spiders, because their movement, they are always doing like this tiny jump. Then they, you know, stand still and then they jump again. This is a movement pattern that just throws me personally off like way too often. Okay, let's dodge through this. There we go. We're doing pretty fine so far. Level up again. Okay, the elite enemy didn't spawn this time. What is this, by the way? Swirl. Your projectile swirl around the shooting position. Also, again, apparently projectile range was 50%. Let's try this. Yeah, attack speed and swirling. I want to see how this goes. That sounds pretty cool, actually. Oh, yeah. 2 elite enemies. Great. Do I see this swirling? Where are my projectiles? It's my throwing axe, right? Okay, give me a heart. That's also nice that you can find some life. Okay, I really want to defeat these guys now, because otherwise I think it's wasted XP. Did we get this guy? We did. Oh god, I don't want to lose that early on. Come on, can we please get this guy? Gotta get somewhat close for the bleeding. Could you please get this guy? Gotta be careful, careful, careful. Dodge through, come on, please. Oh yeah, there we go. That was too intense for almost dashed into that enemy. Oh man, this could have gone better. Okay, we had 1 life, but we have 4 XP right now, which is pretty nice. What is this? Bursting shot, more explosions. Awesome. Your companions deal additional damage. Well, I don't have a companion yet, so your range shot angle is increased. I would actually like to have more projectiles if we are just having 1 slow axe. Luckily, we have a lot to increase our attack speed. Kinda sad that the axe is probably one of the slower range weapons, but what can you do, right? What is this? Critical hit. Interesting. Okay, sure. What is this? Your projectile damage increased. Yeah. Oh, plus 100%. Yes, please. Okay, more explosions, more damage, and your range shot angle is increased. I'd rather have more attack speed right now. Instead, I think you have unused... Oh, wait. Unused skill points? Sure. More attack speed? More attack speed. If in doubt, go for the attack speed. Can't be too shabby, right? Oh, give me this heart. Yes, please. There we go. Oh, this bleeding... Oh, wait. That is a surprising amount of axes, I see. Oh, because they swirl, right? I only throw 1 axe, I think? Maybe I'm not. Hard to tell. There's so many axes here going on. This is kind of, by the way, a nitpick I have with this game. It is so weird in the terms that the visual clarity of this game is actually very good. I know pretty much always what's going on, and if I get hit, I can see why. That is usually very difficult in this type of game. But on the same time, visual clarity is a bit, I don't know. Yeah, sure, it's range. Let's get this. It's a bit muddy sometimes. Like, for example, our projectiles. Like, it's kind of hard to tell the difference between these bleeding things and my axis, which is not too much of a problem. But the same as, for example, with the background. It's kind of cool looking, this forest tile in the background. But on the same time, I think it's a bit too much, which makes the overall picture a little bit muddy. That's what I mean by unfair. There's so much going on, and you have like... I think that's kind of what I'm trying to say. It's a little bit mishmashy, all these visuals, even though overall it's very easy to differentiate and getting, you know, having a clear look and clearance what's going on. But at the same time, I feel like it could be improved by, I don't know, maybe just by an options menu, you know, having the background of the map being a little bit easier to read or something. Or maybe it's just a personal me thing. It's so hard. It's so weird with this game. I feel it's kind of mushy. On the same time, the visual clarity is very good. Does this make any sense what I'm trying to tell you guys? I have no idea. Okay, we unlocked this. There's more attack speed. Nice. Didn't really get much XP. Okay, give me the life, please. What are those here? Oh, those are my dodges. I have like 3. I never saw that before. I have 3 dodges here. And they recharge. And if they're out, we can't dodge anymore. Okay, 2 elite enemies, but I think if we just run around, dodge these projectiles, we should be pretty good to go. Also, I'm not sure if I need my mouse. Maybe to make it a bit nicer for you guys. Yeah, there we go. Give me those. Very good. I am just going to play with the keyboard. That should be good enough. Okay, gimme. There we go. Level up. 2 more. Enter. Okay, we're gonna use the mouse here. Double hit. Again, I don't want to go too much into melee. Bursting shot. Explosion. Sure, I like explosion. Exploding dodge. Interesting. Let's go with attack speed for now. Oh, more. How do I keep missing that I have points? Critical hit. Angle. What do we have here? Maximum HP by 1. What's a good way to go to? Scattering projectile sounds pretty cool as well. Double hit. Attack speed. Oh yes, additional projectile. How did I miss this? Yes. Oh yes, more projectiles. Very nice. Finally, we're shooting 2 X's. No, my attack speed is apparently... They are swirling, and apparently my attack speed is so good that we have just so many axes. Never mind. Wow, look at look at the screen. Oh, I love that. Okay, let's dodge through. I should... Oh man, why do I keep getting hit? Oh man, there we go. I should be able to win this, as long as I don't screw up. Okay, we're gonna concentrate. Freaking geckos here. Everyone is bleeding. It's fine. All these traps here, whatever is happening in this forest. There we go. Oh man, there's 3 elite enemies in the spawn pool right now. I'm not very good at collecting these. Let's actually gain, sure, 20% more movement speed. Let's get this. I feel like I might need this for a little bit more survivability. Oh, that's a boss. It's freaking... Oh, that's a giant, surprisingly fast snail. Okay. Oh, great. How did I get hit there? Because I didn't pay attention. That's fine. We want to stay somewhat... Oh, no. And elite enemies too. Of course. Okay, it's fine. We still want to stay somewhat close to the boss to... deal enough damage. It's fine, we have time. 30 seconds. Let's not get hasty. 3 of these elite enemies, but those are just flying near us. That's fine. Yeah, there we go. We keep winning. Just go in circles, get the XP. Good job. 16 seconds. I still want to defeat the boss because I really want to have the XP. I think if you survive, that is fine as well, but I think then you are missing out on the XP, and of course you really don't want to do that. Because we want to stay on, you know, like on the skill curve or something. Okay. That was a nice run. Defeated the boss, 3 elite enemies, 4 skill points. Yes. I gladly take this. Oh, there's a bunch of cool stuff here. Exploding dodge, sure. Your dodge triggers an explosion. The attack size scales with your AoE size, sure. That's okay. Meteor cast. Your ranged attacks have a 50% chance to cast a meteor to a random area in your attack direction, dealing 30 damage and applying a knockback to enemies. Meteor size scales with the AoE size. I haven't really found much that increases my AoE size. Oh, there's one here. Increased condition damage. All your conditional deals 50% additional damage on each tick per applied damage. That means every time like bleed triggers or fire triggers, maybe even explosion, I'm not quite sure about explosion, this deals more damage. That's pretty good. Let's get this. Okay, maximum HP here. Increased melee damage. Oh, I can't look at this. Cutting dodge. If I want to get these two, projectile multiplicator and condition damage, we need to go this route, which I think actually is fine. Oh, what is this? Swirl, more swirl. Your projectiles swirl around the shooting position. Oh, not stackable though. And I'm pretty sure it shows that earlier. So it seems if I choose it again, I would only increase my projectile range. Not sure if we need that. Critical hit. Your range shot angle is increased. Not sure if we need that. Maybe a critical chance? Sure, 5% and more hit damage. I think the X that we chose, let's actually look at our stats. 0.35. There's the X. Critical hit damage, yeah. The X actually naturally deals more crit damage. So we benefit a bit more by taking critical hit. Let's go. Let's do this. And considering how fast and often we attack, we should also be able to, you know, get more crits going on. So I think that's probably a good idea. Look at how we devastated that elite enemy there. Awesome. Alright, how did I get hit there? Oh man, that was so unnecessary. But I still think we're doing fine. Gotta survive, gotta survive. Oh, dodge. I still have like at least an explosion dodge. I think that's what I meant earlier. Again, it is actually easy to dodge enemies' attacks, see what's coming, see the projectiles. But even like enemy projectiles, one can see them. And the same is, for example, with my explosion. But I feel like that they all could be highlighted just a bit more. But again, maybe it's just a nitpick. Increased shot angle. I'm not sure if I need that. Let's actually get this maximum health plus... Wait, no. No, I did. Because I wanted to take this route. It's fine. Is it activated? No, now it's activated. Let's take this extra health, but let's not activate it, because, I don't know. I don't want to rely on more than 3 hearts or so in my body. To get this. Also, not sure if you noticed that in the recording, but I did notice that right now and also in my previous runs. Sometimes, not often, but sometimes there's a little bit of, I don't know, like a frame drop or screen freeze for just but a moment. Nothing too major, but noticeable enough that it is, well, a little bit annoying and unnecessary. I hope that's something that will be fixed throughout the early access. Okay, we're just gonna run around and survive. Doing fine here, I think. Wave 12, yeah. Gimme the XP, all the level ups. These snakes are not a problem. 1 elite enemy in the pool. And we wanna spend our points, I guess here. Cutting dodge. Your dodge creates a cutting attack behind you. Damage scales with your melee damage. The attack size scales with the AoE size. Well, melee damage is not our strong suit, but we want to have these others. So that's... Oh, one more. Projectile multiplicator. Your projectiles are multiplicated. Each multiplication stack adds a new shooting direction. Attack speed minus 20%, but we should have way more access. Essentially, all... Yeah. So early on, I shot 2 axes like in front of me, technically, and now I'm shooting 2 axes behind me. So I have like, you know, instead of 2, I'm attacking 4 times, but I attack only 20% less. I think that's a very big net positive. Also, that elite enemy got absolutely destroyed there. And I like that. I think we're doing fine. As long as I don't majorly screw up, we should be able to do this run. There we go. These geckos. But also, of course, keep in mind, I did play a few rounds already. We have... I think we also had quite some good luck here with the upgrades. between the runs. And this is again just the lowest difficulty on just the second map. And we saw there's quite a few maps and still quite a few higher difficulties to select. So if you want to have more challenge, I think you can easily get this. So where do we want to spend our last point here? Well, for this level, more attack range, exploding dash, wolf companion, summon a permanent melee wolf companion. Well, I'm not sure if we need this on this run. Double hit on the attack. Anything obvious? We had such a great start. Melee damage increase. We have condition damage, additional projectiles. Maybe this way. There's a lot of cool stuff here. I mean, the trade-off is that we just need to take 1 point into 70% more melee damage. It's fine. At least we don't lose attack speed. It's just more melee damage on this bleeding star. Oh, man. How could we take such a bad skill? Still a net positive. Maybe not as strong as anything that relates to our range attack, but hey, we're getting to that, right? And look at all these axes flying around there. I think that would be a little bit hard if there's gonna be enemy projectiles to make them out in this mess. At least if those would be red enemy projectiles. These green ones are very obvious and easy to see. This is a very big guy here. Could you please, you know, lose and be defeated by me and my gloriousness? Oh god, how do I keep getting hit? Because I lack the skill and I need to get good. Oh, that was unnecessary. No, I don't want to lose. We have such good skills. This win should be given. Oh man, that's a lot of elite enemies. Okay, 2 more skills, 1 more projectiles, which technically, because of this multiplicator, would be 2 more projectiles, which is pretty good. Well, just more range. I guess I just want to have more bleeding damage. Okay, we have 1 life. I really need this right now. Maybe I should try to get more HP. Because apparently I'm not that good at dodging. I'm gonna take my distance this time. I don't want to get hit. If I can avoid getting hit, that would be very... Oh, look at that. Of course, now all the elite enemies. Well, it's XP. Just gotta survive. Oh, God. Freaking... That was a new movement pattern. Which is also, I think, a good thing for this game. Oh, come on. I shouldn't lose here. Is... These enemies are not as boring as maybe in other games where they just maybe do 1 shooting attack and then just keep blindly running towards though. These enemies all have just variations, of course, but they all behave that little bit different with the movements patterns, how they shoot and so. That makes it feel, yeah, interesting and fresh, and you really have to just a little bit learn these different types of enemies, which I very much like. And those guys I hate. Because that is what hit me last time. There are these, I don't know, freaking bugs there. Alright. We're doing fine. Level up, level 20 right now. Swirl. Oh, AoE damage. What is this? Your projectiles have an increased range and speed. Sure. Oh, attack speed. Yes, please. What is this? Oh, more multiplicator. Again, less attack speed, but if that is stackable, it doesn't say that it's not stackable. Oh, let's see how many... Oh, look at this amount of axes we're throwing. Yes, that's amazing. Oh, almost got hit there. Yes, look at this madness. I love this. It's so satisfying. That is, I think, why I love these games. When these games allow you to just make completely bonkers builds. Look at this amount of axes we're just throwing. They're swirling. They're dealing bleed damage. I think fire damage as well. I don't think, unfortunately, there is in this game also a skill that when we hit something with a projectile, that then due to the hit, it spawns more tinier projectiles. That would be nice if we could get that as well. And that maybe the tiny projectiles would also scale with the bleeding thing or so, and we could go like completely haywire. 4 elite enemies coming up, huh? I think... I don't care about the swirl. Maybe AoE? No. I'm fine with taking 1 HP and more attack speed. That sounds fine. And there's still nice skills here. And again, while we unlocked all the stuff here in the top, we also managed to clear more up here. There's also poison shot. Oh, well, that would be an investment. Movement speed is okay, AoE is okay, HP is okay. Poison shot, your projectile hits poison all nearby enemies. That would be kind of cool as well. Even more effects. We have a lot of conditional damage going on. But there's also good choices here. Oh, more additional projectiles. Again, because of multiplicator, right now I think if we take one extra projectile, doing the thanks to the multiplicator, it should be overall a total of 3 extra projectiles. Which I think is pretty good, considering the amount of access you can't. You can't have enough access, you know? Because, no, am I gonna do it? I have to. You just gotta go out, and if you see these elite enemies, you gotta ask them a bunch of questions. So I did that. I feel bad for that, but, you know, it had to be done. This amazing joke has been sponsored by, I don't know, my dignity. Oh! Get out of here. Oh, out of dodges. Okay, I still like that you can customize your dodges. Would be maybe nice if... I'm not sure if it's necessary, but interesting to see if you could also gain more skills specifically for the dodge. Would be very interesting, you know, less cooldown, more... instead of 3 stacks of dodge, you have like 5 or 6 or even more. Would be cool, just for fun, to make a character that is inherently just a dodge build or something. You don't choose a weapon, or you just don't care about your weapon, and you just keep pressing space and deal so much damage to clear all the bosses because you dodge. Why not? Yeah, more projectiles. What is this? Increased range and speed. I rather take this right now. I take speed. I don't care that much about the speed of my projectiles itself. I just want to attack more often. Oh, look at this madness. I love it. Oh, no. Yeah, so much madness going on that I kind of missed that projectile. Is it raining? What's that here in the air? I don't know. Just some magic particles, I suppose. Okay, look at this madness. I love it. Yeah, it's satisfying. This very much scratches a very similar itch as Potato did. And I'd say... to me personally, if Potato is like the absolute #1 of this particular subgenre of, I don't know, bullet heaven, I'd say so far for me, Striving Light Survival is very much the absolute clear level 2. And then there's, for a long time, nothing really. This is a very particular niche, which not too many games do that well. At least I haven't managed to play that many games that are doing that well. And Striving for Light Survival is really, really doing its own thing and really scratching this itch. I really enjoy this bursting shot to explode. Sure, maybe I should get more UE, but we're also getting close to wave 20. And I very much enjoy this. And again, this is only early access far. The developers seem insanely active, so I can see this only go bigger, better, faster, stronger, more explosive. I don't know. Just insert more buzzwords right now. I just want to show you guys the upcoming boss now, because I don't know what the boss is gonna be myself. What was the boss at the first basement tier? I think, was it just another quotations here? Was it just another big spider? I've kind of forgot. No, it was something else, I think. I don't know. I don't want to say anything wrong. I just, you know, no misinformation here. I'm not gonna say anything. And you can tell how my brain is just being consumed by trying to dodge all these attacks right now, even though we are dealing so much damage. But it's so hard to concentrate for me. Multitasking, not my strong suit. So, I don't know what the first boss was, but we're gonna see the boss any second now. Yeah, more conditional damage, that's pretty good. One more choice. No, not this. What? Is there anything that is a very clear upgrade now, right now, that we can get? Maybe this increased area of effect. Maybe that's it. I don't care about swirling. Shot angle is also not important for us, I'd say. Projectiles would be nice, but we can't reach that. There's nothing, or at least I don't see it. So we might as well... No, I don't want to have HP. Let's take this. More AoE. I think we're actually doing, even though it's hard to tell, Ancient Tree, Last Survivor, some achievement, more locks for extra skills. That's an Ancient Tree. Oh man, that's a lot of... Oh, projectiles! Oh no. I do not want to lose this. How do I dodge this? There's one heart here. I should have focused more. Oh man, I saw that attack. Oh no, I'm gonna lose, aren't I? Oh no, I should concentrate. Okay, we need to get close to that thing. Need to deal damage. Stay here. Try. Okay, these vines, I gotta dodge through them. How dare you, game? Requiring skill of me. So I got hit there again. That is bad. Okay, we're gonna just move with it. Just move with it, don't dodge. I'm not sure if I can stand up there. So I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna be... This is my area of comfort, right here. Gonna stand here, dodge these attacks. Gonna move. We have increased movement speed. A little bit more than halfway through. I still have dodges. Gotta be careful with these vines. Oh, no. I've decided to try to go towards the north and move upwards, but I should have dodged down. Well, I made the wrong decision there. Regardless, reach 50 condition damage, so we unlocked a new weapon. We also unlocked the Meteor Blow skill, which is also a melee thing. Complete wave 20 with less than 50 million projectile damage. My projectile damage didn't really get increased, right? I think my strong suit was essentially that I had a lot of projectiles, a lot of fast projectiles, that also dealt a lot of bleeding and projectile damage. Yeah, condition damage was essentially our go-to. Maybe that's a thing I would like to see in this game, like a stats screen at the end, a summary. What did the most damage? How did I do the most damage with which weapon or which skill, or like was it bleeding? Just, you know, I always like to see those summary screens. But ladies and gentlemen, that was Driving for Light Survival. I hope I could showcase this game to you. I don't know why I went into the options menu. I have to say, I very much enjoy this. Link is as always down in the description. Again, the developers are insanely active, and I think this game is worth to check out. But of course, that is just my opinion, my, I guess in this term, second impression, having played a few rounds before this video. Please tell me what you think of Driving for Light Survival. Please tell me what you think of my impression. Please consider sharing this video. Stay awesome, and we are gonna see each other in the next video. Truly, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.